Hello everyone, you are welcome to another video on the introduction to Python. So today we shall be moving ahead into Python operators. Python operators are operators that help you to perform several operations in Python. They are used to perform operations on variables and values. So there are different operators. The first here is arithmetic operators, assignment operator, comparison operators, logical operators, identity operators, membership operators, and then the bitwise operators. So for sake of understanding and clarity, I'm going to be dividing the video into two. So in today's video we shall discuss arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, and then the logical operators. So when we talk about arithmetic operators, they are operators that are used with numeric values, and the reason is to perform mathematical operations. So that is what you use the arithmetic operators to do. Here is a value 8 and I assign it to a variable called r. Remember, operators are used to perform operations on both values and variables. So we want to look at the variable. This is r equals 8, and then x has been assigned, 5 has been assigned to x. So working with variable, we can perform arithmetic operation. We can say z will be equal to r plus x, and then we print z. So when you print this, you can see 13. Now this is when you are dealing with variables. Let's comment this out. What if you are working with values itself? So you can say 8 plus 5. You run this, you can see it is the same thing, 13. So operators, which is the plus sign here, can work both on the values and on the variables. Okay, this is a variable. So operators work on operands. So this variable here is called an operand. Variable x is an operand, variable r is an operand, and then 8 is an operand, and then this is an operand. So an operand together with an operator is termed an expression. An operand together with an operator is termed an expression. So we have seen how to perform addition on this value. So what if we want to perform subtraction on the both values? So let's uncomment this, and then when we run, so you can see this is the first 3 for this variable, and then this is the last 3 for this value. So you can also multiply. So you multiply using the asterisk sign. Okay, so when you run this, can you see it? So this is 40, r times x is 40, and then 8 times 5 is also 40. So you can perform the modulo sign. So the modulo sign returns the remainder. Okay, the modulo sign returns the remainder of the calculation. So that is after dividing. Okay, let's see that. Okay, so 8 divided by 5 is 1. So the remainder is 3. So the modulo sign returns the remainder after dividing. So you have the double division sign. Okay, so the double division sign returns the whole number after dividing. So the double division sign is also called the floor division. So the double division or floor division. So 8 floor divide 5 is 1. Okay, so when you run this, you can see it is 1. So while the modulo sign returns the remainder, only the remainder, the floor division returns only the whole number as a result of division. Then you can also perform exponentiation. Okay, so when you run this, you can see 8 raised to the power of 5. So this is the first result for the variable, and then this is the second result for the values. Okay, so let's go into the assignment operator. So the assignment operator is used to assign values to variables. It is used to assign values to variables. Now when you look at this example here, S3 is assigned to the variable S. So there are several examples. You have the equal, you have the plus equal, you have the negative equal, and then you have the multiplication equal. So you can assign Q equals 42 or 34, as the case may be. So this is an assignment operator. And then when you look at this example here, if let's say we want to add 3 to 4, we want to add 3 to 4. Okay, we want to add this 3 to 4. We can use the addition and equal sign to add it to this 4 in one line. So we'll add it to this 4 and then assign it to the same variable S. We can add it to this 4 and assign it to the same variable S. So then we print the S. So if we print S, remember we have commented this. When we run this, you can see it is 7. So, but because this seems to be like a shortcut, so if this plus that is addition and equal sign, it simply means S equal S plus 4. That is what this line means. S equals S plus 4. So the 3 has been assigned to the variable S, and then that same S is now added to 4, and the answer or the result is assigned to a new variable called S, and then we print the S. So what is here is what I did here, or what this is referring to. So same as you can do it with addition, you can also do it with subtraction. So you have the negative. Okay, So this will be 3 minus 4. The result is minus 1, so s is minus 1. So if you still do it the same way here, you will still get the same result. So if we comment this out and then we print s, we run, and you see -1. And then if we leave it, we comment this out and then we print s, the same thing, -1. So you can use this to assign values to the variable, and you can continue in that progression. So we want to find the multiplication. We want to multiply 3 by 4. So if you run this, Control Enter, it will produce 12. Can you see that? So we comment this out and then we uncomment this. So if we run it, it will still produce 12. So this is a shorter way of this. I repeat, this is a shorter way of this, so it makes your work to go faster. So that is how you can perform you can use the assignment operators when working in Python. So we have the next one, which is the comparison operators. So the comparison operator is used to compare values. Now, those values can be in variable, okay, can be assigned to variable, and then it returns true if, of course, it is true, the values are the same, and then it returns false if the values are not the same. So in this example, I say a equals 7, so I assign 7 to variable a, and then I assign 6.0 to variable b. So if I say a equal b, and then we run, can you see? So a is not the same as b. That is why it is false. 7 is not the same as 6. So the comparison operators only looks at the value. They don't look at the data type. Okay, they look at the value, because 6.0 is a floating number, while 7 is an integer. Okay, so if the comparison operator is to be looking at data type, then they are different data type first of all, and then they are different numbers. But if, let's say, we make this to be the same and then we run, can you see? So they are the same floating number, but then because comparison operators don't look at data type, what they look at is the exact number. So as it is, if I put 7 and then I run this, you will see that it is true regardless of the data type. So another comparison operator is not equal to. So when you say not equal to, you put in the exclamation, and then a is not equal to b. Of course, this will be false because a is equal to b. So when you run this, you see it is false. So another is greater than. So when you have the greater than this way, you run. So this is false. Can you see that? So because of course 7 is equal to 7, so that is why it will produce false. But then when you make this to be 14, A is greater than B is also false. Okay, but then when you say less than and then you run, you can see that it is true. So because 14 is greater than 7 and 7 is less than 14. So this is how you use the comparison operator. You can also do the greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. So let's put the equal sign here and then we'll run this. Can you see? It is true, because of course 7 is not equal to B, but 7 is less than A is not equal to B, but A is less than B, so it is true. Now when we say greater than or equal to, and then we run this, so this is false. Can you see that? So this is how you can be able to perform comparison operator. So the next one we want to look at is the logical operators. So the logical operators are used to combine conditional statements together. The logical operators are used to combine statements together. So they are basically into 3. You have the logical operators. Okay, so you have the AND, you have the OR, and then you have the NOT. Okay, so for the AND, it returns true if the both conditions are true. Okay, if the both conditions are true. So let's say X is greater than 5, X is greater than 5, and X is less than 10. Okay, and let's see, X is not defined. Okay, so let's define X. So we say X equal 7. Okay, so we run this. So it is true. It is true because the both conditions are true. So X here is 7 and 7 is greater than 5. That is one condition. 7 is less than 10. That is another condition. So this condition is true and this condition is true. So that is why the result is true. So the OR operator. Now we use the example. Let's say X equals 7, and then we say X is less than 3, or X is greater than 5. Okay, so when you look at this example, X is 7. So is 7 less than 3, Of course, 7 is not less than 3, so this condition is not true. But then, is 7 greater than 5? Of course, 7 is greater than 5. So the OR operator will return true if one of the condition is true. It will return true if one of the condition is true. So in this case, it is going to return true because 7 is greater than 5. So when we run this, can you see it return true because 7 is greater than 5. So it's going to return false if all is not, none is true. So 7 is greater than 10. So let's check the condition. So 7 is less than 3. Of course it is not. 7 is greater than 10. Of course it is not. So it will return false. So can you see that? So this is false. So because none of the condition is true. So we use the NOT to reverse the result. Okay, we use it to reverse the result. So it returns false even if the result is true. It returns false even if the result is true. So if you say x equal, let's say 7 once again, and then we say x, we say not. Okay, or let's say x is less than 5 and x is greater than 6. X is greater than 6. Okay, so let's look at this together. X is less than 5. Of course it is not less than 5. So let's say x is less than 10. And then x is less than 10 and x is greater than 6. So that means this condition is true. So let me comment all this. Okay, and then I run, control enter. So it is true. So the condition is true. Now you put in the NOT. Okay, and then you put in the curved bracket this way. So it will return false. Can you see? Even though the initial condition is true, but once you include the NOT, it will return false. So this is how it also works when you are dealing with OR. So x is less than 3. Of course, this is because one of the condition is true. X is greater than 7. One of the condition is true, so it is supposed to give us true. Okay, but then when you include NOT, okay, then you run. Can you see? So the NOT function reverses the initial result of the operation. So that is how you can perform the logical operation. So with this, we have come to the end of the first video on Python operators. So I hope you have been able to learn something new today. Until I see you in the next video. Bye for now.